Does celebrity endorsement still work in 2025? Today we're talking to Harry Harvey, who runs a modular flooring business called Garage Style. Harry has done work with over 200 A-listers. In this episode, we're going to learn how he got up and running, how he used social media to scale the business, and what it's like to work with celebrity clientele. This is another episode you just won't want to miss. Harry, thank you very much for spending time out of your busy schedule. Because you're just telling me, you've just come from a celeb.
Yeah.
Who have you just been to? Can you say?
Yeah, I can do, yeah. So we're just working with Conor Ben, the boxer.
Right.
He's obviously had a big fight recently. He just bought a new
So
property.
if you're not boxy, that I was and I'm not really now, but so Conor Ben is Nigel Ben's son.
Nigel Ben's son, yeah. So just had a massive fight recently against Chris Eubank.
Wow.
So yeah, he's...
So they're running the same play again, aren't they?
That's it, yeah. So
these promoters know what they're doing, don't they?
Yeah, and it was a massive fight. We were there, actually. I think 70,000 people sold out at Tottenham Stadium.
Wow.
So they're running it back now, I believe, in October or November. So
okay, as the rematch.
That's it.
And that's what they did as well, didn't they? The two dads did that as well. So listen, the big question for the pod listeners and watchers: does it earn? I mean, obviously it gives you promotion, but is it a sustainable model, hanging around with all these celebrities and them doing deals for them, or free floors or not free floors?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
It all depends on who it is, really.
Okay.
We've probably worked with 250 plus celebrities over the years now.
Wow.
And it used to work a lot better than it does now. So when we first started, it was like we did a floor for somebody, they promoted it, and you just couldn't keep up with the inquiries that came off the back of it. Whereas now it's a lot more saturated. So we still do loads, but it's more a case of they're either paying or there's some sort of deal to be done if it's the right person. But yeah, depending on who it is and the reach.
Explain to the people that don't know this flooring. Explain the flooring. This is for high-end garages or gyms, or
what is it? It's all modular systems we use. So mainly PVC, and we've got a polypropylene range as well. Okay. All modular just smartens the place up. Loads of garages. We put into home gyms as well, and some industrial stuff. So we've just done Aston Martin's head office. Mercedes main dealers.
He's so good, Ollie, and he just rattles these names off. It's so good. That's good. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, we're lucky. We've got some really good clients. So both, like we say, celebrities and some really big brands.
And how did you hatch them out? How did you do that?
So to start with, my uncle's been in the modular flooring manufacturing game for about 35 years now.
Okay.
So I've always been around the product. Even when I was in school, I was doing installations on the weekends, and that's been the sort of one
slave labour for your uncle.
That's it, yeah. So that's been like a family business for years, and I was working at Mercedes and just wanted to do something for myself.
Right.
And I think I mentioned that in passing to my uncle, and he said, "Well, you're good with social media. Why don't you take the product and use it for a different use?"
Okay.
Because they were mainly doing industrial stuff, so like Ministry of Defence is one of their customers, and a lot of big industrial stuff. So yeah, I took the same product and started doing social media and getting it out there.
Because your family, we were on the pre-chat, and Ollie was interviewing you on the phone before the pod, because we're quite professional now, aren't we? We've got researchers and everything. It's just Ollie. Just Ollie.
He was very professional, to be fair.
But your grandfather is probably where your genes really come from, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. And I was saying to someone the other day, I've come from a very entrepreneurial family. So thinking about it, both my brothers run their own business. My dad runs his own business. All of my uncles, there's not really anyone employed, I would say.
No.
Now my wife runs her own business. But yeah, so...
But your grandfather is very interesting because he was like an inventor.
That's it, yeah. So he actually invented a load of different products, loads of which are still around today. Polydron was a big one that hopefully you can throw a picture up on the screen, because it's one of those products where nobody knows their name. But
it's like a modular flat Lego, isn't it? And I think back in the day, I probably bought this for some of the kids.
Yeah, and they had it in, I think at one point, in all the UK schools to teach kids about geometry.
Okay.
He invented that by accident, trying to make out of cardboard a certain shape, and couldn't do it, and had something made out of plastic, and went out looking for something to build this shape, and ended up designing something, and the kids picked it up and loved it, and turned into a...
Because your flooring's quite similar to
it, isn't it?
And funnily, it kind of is, isn't it?
Funnily enough, it's different sides of the family as well, because everyone says that it's kind of a similar system. But so that was one of his main inventions. He also, his claim to fame, he helped Laszlo Biro invent the ballpoint pen.
Okay.
So the patent for a ballpoint pen has got my granddad's name on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he helped the method of manufacturing the nib back in the 60s.
And is he still around?
No, he's not around anymore, fortunately.
How long ago did you pass away?
Probably about 15, 20 years ago now.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's not seen what I'm saying. He's not seen your success with what you're doing. That's a shame. Okay.
Yeah, I was still in school when he was around. But he
and say his name again for everybody. What is his name?
Edward Harvey.
Edward Harvey. So up you, Edward Harvey. You're a good old boy. Then you've obviously took the gene pool from him.
Yeah. And now my dad runs another company actually, and my brother that is another one of his inventions, which is a cutting tool that he made. So yeah, he's a lot of his inventions are still going strong.
And what does that do? What does that cut?
So it looks like a pen.
Yeah.
And as you draw with it, it's cutting. So it's got a rotating blade.
It was on the guy that does shadow foam.
That's it. Yeah.
And he was there at a trade stand. What is it called? What's the pen called?
Gyro cut.
Yeah, it's cool. Look that up. That's really cool.
I know the shadow foam guy you mean, But it's a cool product, and they've had a load of viral videos, and that's really taken off now as well.
Okay, cool. So the whole thing is sitting in your DNA behind you. When did you say that this is how you're going to do with the celebrity thing? Because you took that on as quite up front of the business model to make it work, didn't you?
Yeah, quite early on. And I think, so what we were just posting on social media, luckily it was a product that really worked on socials because of the before and after.
Right.
It's a good transformation. So that we got a bit of traction on there. And then my brother reached out to me and said, there's this guy in Enfield called Yanni who wraps cars, Yanamize.
Yeah, I know Yanni.
And, he's big online.
Big guy, yeah.
Yeah, and I think he put out on Twitter that he was looking for some new flooring for his workshop. I didn't know who he was at the time, but my brother said you should speak to this guy. So I tried getting contact with him, messaged and didn't get anywhere. But through a mutual friend managed to get introduced to him and went down there, knocked on the door, and he straight away said, look, I don't want anything for free, but do us a good deal and I'll help you out with my social media. So I still didn't really know how that would look, but turned up to lay his floor, and I think we laid about 10 tiles. He'd already done an Instagram story of the van pulling up and tagged us.
Wow.
I was still a one-man band, and I was trying to lay the floor, and my phone was just ringing off the hook with inquiries, and the numbers on Instagram were just blowing up.
He posted it while you were still building the floor?
As we pulled up. I remember going upstairs to him and saying, look at my phone. It was just going follow.
That's
and I was like,
great, isn't it?
Yeah, messages coming through. And I was still a one-man band. I think we had about 4 friends that came along to help install that floor. But after that, we saw the power of Instagram, and we started then getting inquiries from other celebrities where they'd seen Yanamize's post. So it sort of snowballed organically and then became a concept.
Team, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to take a moment to let you know about Baddow Park Mastermind. I have created a mastermind for high-level entrepreneurs. There's only 16 spaces and we've only got a few left. If you often find you're the biggest fish in the pond at other masterminds, click the link in the pod description because this might be just for you. Now, back to the pod. So in the pre-chat, you said that surprises me, Mrs. Hinch. I mean, what happened there? Tell that story.
Yeah, so that was a crazy one, actually. Again, didn't know too much of who she was, but my wife was a fan.
Yeah, no, I didn't know who she was until someone else brought it to my attention.
So again, somebody said there's this lady who cleans her house and films it all, and she's blown up on socials. And she, I think, put out somewhere that she wanted the garage done. So again, we reached out to her, went down there in Malden, I think it was, got that single garage done, and when she posted it, I think she did one story and we went up like 15,000 followers overnight.
Really?
And the inquiries that came off the back of it, I think my brother came and joined the business. I think that was the point where I said, right, we need help, and straight off the back of that employed him, because I think we had like 200 quotes to price up overnight.
Wow.
And then we were getting recognised for that. Out of anyone we've done, I think that's been the best reach. We were like walking into the local cafe and they were like, are you the guys that did Mrs. Hinch's floor? So it's like, it's cool. The reach that she has is unbelievable.
Harry, I first saw you with Matt Armstrong.
Yeah.
With his garage floor, and I
remember you saying,
and I follow him, and he said, when you look at this social media thing, the more real and genuine you are, the further you're going to get with it, because he's so good with his dad and his mates all around him, and they do so well. They've got such big numbers, haven't they, all over the world now.
Did you see his video last night?
Yeah.
So we just did another floor for him that came out last night.
I mean, it's very, very cool stuff. Are you getting the bounce off of that?
Yeah, so with the right people, like I say, now we're a bit more fussy because it doesn't work as well as it used to.
Right.
So we're lucky enough that a lot of celebrities have seen what we've done in the past and come to us.
Yeah.
Like Conor Ben, for example, he just reached out and said, I've just bought a new property. Can you come and have a look?
Okay.
So we're lucky to be in that position. And most of the time, it's not a freebie. unless it's someone big enough or they're offering the world in exchange. But when you get the right person and they promote it correctly, it's the results off the back of it are crazy.
Because it's still tough, isn't it? I mean, you're what have you got now? Did you say you got 16 teams?
16 employees. Yeah.
16. You've moved to another unit. Do you own the unit?
Yeah, so we've just purchased that unit in April.
It's so good about buying your real estate. It's good. But it's putting you back to zero again, isn't it? That's
it. And it's been quite an interesting process because we've been cash flow's been fine for the last few years, and we've just been ticking along. And then now it's like watching every money, everything that's coming in, everything that's going out. And it's been quite a refreshing situation to be in, but stressful at the same time. Trying to tick over now, get over that deposit and all the money we've put into doing the unit up.
But I'm telling you, you'll look back in a few years and it will be one of those smartest moves you've ever made to have that real estate in your, especially trading it as well. You'd be tax efficient for any disposal later. That you were telling me your wife is Entrepreneurial. What's the brand your wife's doing?
That's it. Yeah. So she started a brand called Custom Style. So very similar logo and leaning on our branding, doing branded clothing.
Okay.
So mainly for businesses. She's doing really well. We obviously know
tough market.
Yeah. I mean, we started it because our 3-year-old was starting nursery, when he was 2, and she wanted to do her own thing that could be a bit flexible around hours.
Right.
So we looked at it and I said, I like the idea of that because you get repeat business, which we get none of in Garage Style.
Yeah.
And we need workwear for our team. So it's like she's got a big customer there straight away. So it kind of made sense. And she's always been creative with making that sort of thing.
Okay.
She was making like hangers for people's weddings with vinyl and stuff. So started that up and it's gone really well. We know so many business owners. It's like everyone that comes into the unit,
hook them into that.
Yeah, we walk them through her bit and they all start saying, I need some stuff. And she's grown it really just through our contacts, which and she's now really busy with it. She's just done some stuff for Ocado recently and some big brands. So,
and you were saying in the pre-chat to me that I think is a difficult thing, that the brand is called Garage Style, but you're doing gym floors, you're doing commercial floors, you're doing working area floors for people to keep their feet off the ground and out of the concrete floors and stuff like that. So it is difficult. And how are you going to work that conundrum out of getting into all those other sectors?
Yeah, so it is difficult because I suppose we never thought about that in the first place and got going. But yeah, we do everything from like somebody's garden shed up to like Aston Martin's head office on the production line. So we are making a sub-brand, Garage Style Industrial, where we're going to separate the sort of bigger industrial jobs.
Do I think I can never have one of your floors? Because if it's an Aston Martin floor, it must be so expensive, I will never be able to afford it. How do you marshal that?
Yeah, it's a hard one really, and we get most of our inquiries from social media. You do get people predetermined that think it's going to be both ways really, think it's going to be too expensive or think it's going to be a lot cheaper than it is. So we do get through a lot of quotes, but a lot of the time people, the right sort of people anyway, think it's cheaper than they were expecting.
Yeah, well then that's good, isn't it? I mean, it's working backwards in your advantage if you like on that. What's been your scariest moment? We asked this question. What's been your scariest moment in all the stuff you've been doing? What's sort of really got you going?
Hard one, really. I think probably recent times. So since April, like I say, where we've moved into this new unit, stretched ourselves thin. So cleared the business out, cleared my savings out, borrowed some money privately, and did more work than we planned to. We said, let's just get the office done.
Listen to that. Borrowed money privately. We're all nutters, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, we are a bit mental, don't you think?
I
mean, there's something wrong with us somewhere that you'd bother to do that with your successful business, and you're still borrowing private money to make something happen.
Yeah, so it's put us under a lot of stress, and we planned to do it slowly, get the office done, and do the rest another time. We ended up doing everything and we're now seeing the knock-on results of that. So it's put us under a lot of stress. So it's probably recent few months been the sort of most stressed out we've been since we started. But coming out the other side of that now, and now everything's paid and we're busier than we've ever been, luckily. So.
I'll ask the question, Rachel Feeds, how do you feel about her? She's clobbering us all. Yeah,
not great. Especially
with your employment, that's made a difference with that NI, isn't it?
Big hit on that, and especially with looking to take on more people, definitely makes you think twice.
But, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. It makes you think, doesn't it? We'll just have another person, this, and that. And when you really need to start looking at those figures of that burn cost per. James Sinclair says a good thing. He says, never look at it as a yearly thing. look at it as a monthly thing.
Break it
so
down.
if it's 35 grand, break it down into bites per month, those costs. Because if you've got the right person coming in to help, or another van driver or another installer, that you're going to earn your money out of what they bring to the company. That makes it easier. You were telling me briefly about the competition, but you think there's still millions of floors out there to do?
Yeah, there's still loads to do. Like I say, we're getting more into the industrial stuff, so some really big meterage jobs being quoted at the moment.
And it must fall under health and safety.
That's it, yeah, and that's why those guys love it. We did a job with Mercedes, which was the biggest job we ever did. I think it was £180,000 order, and that was all done based on the fact that we could install the floor within a weekend. So we took a massive group of people down there, and just them closing for a week to have it painted, we saved them what they would have lost in closing down. So really? The downtime is probably the biggest driver.
Explain that they were going to paint the floor.
They were going to have it all painted, but I think the floor was contaminated, so they had to grind it all down, prep it all. Once it's been painted, they can't put all the tools or anything back in till it's dried. Okay. So it's like they had to shut for a week for that process. Whereas we went in over a weekend. And your
product just goes straight on top of what's there? Straight over
the top, yeah. So we give it a quick clean first, and then straight over the top. But it just means that we did it while they were closed over the weekend. And a big commercial site like that for them to shut.
If you look up on the website, you'll see, what is the web address?
It's garagestyletd.com.
Yeah, if you look that up, it's like loads of colours, you can have designs, can't you? Do everything, don't you? It looks really good.
Yeah, a lot of fancy designs. People print their logos onto the floor. For health and safety, we do like coloured walkways, and we can do different bays, different colours.
So it actually does marshalling for people to stay at a walk area and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's the... You say you've got this unit. What will you do? You were telling me briefly about you're being supplied by your uncle and stuff like that. Will that relationship carry on? Will you still buy from him?
Yeah, so we still buy probably about 60% of what we do still comes through his company. So that's all UK manufactured. We've got a great relationship with them, and they're local to us, so it's nice and easy. We just pop down there and grab what we need most days.
You can stamp a big Union Jack on that, can't
that's
you?
That's it, and people love that. And then we do import some of our own products as well. So we've got a few different suppliers because we do some gym flooring, some lighting, garage doors. So yeah, we probably work with about 5 different suppliers now.
It sounds like you're going to end up with about 6 different companies from different departments.
Yeah, that's it. So flooring's always our main thing, but we do now get involved with add-ons that sort of made sense. So garage doors, we were getting a lot of floor customers pushing us back because they were waiting for doors. So it kind of made sense for us to do the doors ourselves as well. And
have you built that company or bought that company?
We've built that, and we have looked at 2 companies for sale, door companies.
Right.
So the plan for the future as well is to try and grow that.
And will you look at that playbook where you're going in and buying existing management teams, running a company?
Yeah, we do want to, because obviously listen to a lot of James Sinclair's content and been to a lot of his events. So I've always wanted to buy companies, but with what we do, there's not many for sale. Most of them are sort of one-man bands that don't really bring any value. So garage doors, there's obviously a lot more companies that are set up. So yeah, that's where we're looking.
Yeah, I think that's a really good fast way of growth, because you're buying middle management with the company, and not having the learning curve and those awkward starts when you do those businesses. You're here at the dinner. You come here to the dinner at Baddow Park House. I think that the journey that we have as entrepreneurs sometimes is quite lonely.
Yeah, 100%.
And that dinner, I think, really does. We're on our 4th year now, and I think that really does help us have a sense of a sort of community, take the brave face off and have the real face on. People always say, well, how are you doing? And all of us go, oh, it's great at the moment, but it probably not necessarily always is great by far. And that allows us to have proper conversations in the room.
Yeah, 100%. It's a powerful room. There's some really good people in there. We've done business with a lot of people in the room. We use some of them to do our bits at our showroom and warehouse.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just good having that network of people. And it's crazy, the group chat, when somebody pops up and says, I need anyone know someone that does this, it gets replied to within 2 minutes.
Within 2 minutes. I mean, there's like 5 or 6 different replies, isn't it? It's powerful. Piece of the dinner network is that WhatsApp group, and millions of pounds worth of business has been done in it. I've got tenants from it. You've got customers from it. You're using contractors, and I am the same. I think it's really powerful.
And we touched on my wife's business. She's had work from there just when somebody said, I need workwear, and somebody's recommended her.
Because you can put it straight on the chat, can't you?
That's it. Yeah. So it's a powerful group.
I think that the where we're going with new companies setting up, and the whole idea of the pod is to allow people to listen to these interviews and guests and have less scars in their back to get to where they want to go. And I think listening to your age, your tender age, you're young, and you're doing all of this now, it boils me up that I think that you're going to have such a big success into the future, because you've got your family around you, you've got the dinner around you, you're doing all this entrepreneurial sort of chit chat now, reading books, doing it all now. I didn't come to that till I was in my late 40s, because it just didn't exist. And I think that leg up is really going to help people into the future.
I think so, yeah. I spend a lot of time, I was saying to someone the other day, I don't watch any TV. It's like YouTube, always trying to learn something. But
YouTube is my medium now. Yeah. If I was saying, if I want to watch Formula One, I watch it on YouTube.
Oh, really?
I don't even subscribe to the Sky thing anymore. There's no point.
Yeah.
Because you can 25 minutes later, you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. On an edited version that gives you everything you need to know.
And there's always something to learn on there. So I spend a lot of time trying to pick new things up. And if you were doing planning, in the next 5 years, tell us what would you like it to look like? If everything could go well, everybody did what you wanted them to do, what would you like it to look like? So I would like to, like we touched on, buy some more businesses to add on to continue our growth. I think we grew 68% last year, so we're still growing at a fast rate year on year. Every year since we started, we've grown. So
that's a big number, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a lot of that came from e-commerce.
Okay.
So obviously we grew that side of the business. And some of the industrial jobs.
This is supply only.
So we do, most of what we do is installed by our own teams, but we do have a supply only business as well, which is building, which is doing well. Just keep building that up, expand the team, but would like to buy in some.
And
some
do
companies.
the platforms for the e-commerce, what are you using?
Shopify we use. Yeah. Run by Aaron, Sprout Media.
Yeah. And I do. Yeah, I like Aaron. He's a good guy.
Really well. He's very close to the business. It's like he watches our numbers on Shopify, and like I'll call him to say something's happened. He already knows.
Nerdy, isn't he? I like him. He's definitely on the spectrum, but that's good for us, isn't it? Because he's right on it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on it with us. He does our SEO and all the paid ads and website stuff.
Just say again, we give a shout out for Aaron. What is Aaron's company?
So it's called Sprout Media.
Sprout Media, yeah. They're very good. Yeah, we use them. They're really good. Yeah.
And like I say, he's a good friend. So he probably spends too much time on us than he should.
Well, I hope he spends enough time on mine. I'll be talking to him about that.
But
he's very good.
He does really well. He's made a big difference to how that all works.
So where would you like to get your numbers up to? Let's push you on that. Come on.
So I think I was saying to someone the other day, like I never thought we'd get anywhere near where we got to today when we first started out. I always thought it'd be quite a nice business if I can do 3 or 4 garages a week.
In your van, with a couple of mates.
Yeah, I thought, I can earn enough money, just do that. And sort of now we do 3 or 4 garages a day. So it's grown to that scale. But I think there's a lot more for us to grow as well. So I'd definitely like to get to the sort of 5 mil mark, and then it'll be 10 mil after that. But
it's exciting, mate, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think it's very exciting. And what does your day look like now? I would imagine you're not in the van.
No.
Right. So tell us what
so
do you do?
The only time you'll see me on the tools is if it's like a celebrity's job and we want to do some filming and build that relationship. Apart from that, I'm office based. So we've got a team in the office, sales team, marketing team. Luke is here with us today, editing videos. So sometimes working with him, doing videos off the...
Luke and Ollie have been having their technical chats. We have no idea what they're talking about. It's all to do with stuff and equipment and bits. But there you go.
So it's just... sort of editing videos with Luke, helping him out with voiceovers, trying to spend my time. The last 3 months has been busy with building stuff at the unit, so it's like managing the...
Have you filmed that?
Yeah, we filmed all of that, which has done well. So it's been managing that whole building process, so I've sort of took my eye off everything else, and now that's all finished, it's like, don't know what to do with my time anymore. Right. So I try and spend as much as my time on growing the business rather than...
This social thing, for people that are listening and watching, it's a massive spanner in our toolbox, isn't it? I mean, they've got to get into it. People that say, well, I don't like being on camera, tough. Get on camera, get the stuff out. I mean, you did tell me an interesting thing. You've got one of your guys that you put up front really on the camera more than you.
Yeah, so because I'm not on a lot of the jobs, Adam, who's our installation manager, is in a lot of the videos.
So I shout out to Adam.
Shout out to Adam, yeah.
With his makeup crew and all the rest of it that hang out with him, yeah.
Yeah, so he's in a lot more videos than I am. We are trying to do more podcasts and build personal brand and just restarting our weekly vlog. So now we got the space at the unit and the nice showroom and a lot of visitors. We're going to try and show a bit more behind the scenes as well.
They're going to see that there's somewhere they can come, like, and trust that you're there. You have a base now. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because some people, they want to kick tyres, don't they? They want to go and feel it and see it installed, how it all works. I think the whole thing that I see with your business is it's like the guy that cleans the swimming pools, that social media thing where you see that beginning and that finished job. Yeah, it's so transformative.
The pool guy, so we've done a bit of work with him as well.
Have you?
Did flooring in the back.
On it, baby.
Flooring in the back of his van, actually.
Really?
And quoted a few jobs for him recently. But yeah, with us, we were always so focused on the social media. It was. I was saying to someone the other day, we were more worried about growing the social media than we were growing the turnover. But in turn, it grew the company because we were just like, our targets were like, we want to get to 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers. And that obviously grew the business at the same time. Right. But it was like, we were almost more focused on growing the socials. Yeah. Which was, but it was in 2017 we started. So it was a lot easier to grow it back then.
And do you, with what you're doing, those other products, are you talking about lighting? Is that what you were saying?
So we do a lot of lighting as well.
Yeah,
like the hexagon lighting system. Don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, we do a lot of that now. A lot of e-commerce sales with that, and installations too. So we've got some distributors who are selling that for us.
And how's it with holding stock, and how much money you got stuck into that?
Too much, probably. That's probably one of the biggest struggles because we've got 15.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, 15 different colours. So it's a lot of products on the shelf. Yeah. Probably at any one time we've probably got around £200,000 in stock.
And are you doing trade shows? Do you do anything else?
Yeah, so we do a lot of car shows. So all the big car events. We get to some home shows as well. So we did the Ideal Home Show a few times. But loads of car events. We probably do up to 20 shows a year.
Expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, expensive game.
And you've got people, staff, accommodation, overnight stay. It's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah, we tend to only do the biggest sort of best ones now. Some of them are stupid money and not worth it, but the ones we do now are good, and the team enjoy it as well, getting out to those car events.
Yeah, okay.
Quite interesting.
How do you find it at home? How's that going? This home life balance, work life balance, what's that all like? Yeah,
it's probably always something I struggle with. Obviously, where we're heavily focused on social media, it never stops. Yeah. So it's like when I go home, my phone's always going off. There's always something going on. So it is a struggle. I'm definitely better at it now that we've got Luke and Alessio in our office that does marketing. So I try and be a bit more hands off the social media now. Yeah. It used to, probably until about 2 years ago, it's like everything that got posted was done by me.
And the unit is going to give you more of a hub to go to work to, and and your wife's got the business there as well.
Yeah, so she's there a lot. And we've got a 3-year-old Tommy who loves coming there, loves playing with all the guys up there. So they're there a lot, which is good. So I get to see them up there too. Yeah. Okay. And do you find are you getting international stuff? Is you getting out? Yeah. There? So. A few years back, we did Jake Paul's garage in Puerto Rico.
You just dropped that in like that. That's massive.
That was crazy. It was a crazy trip flying out there and doing that. So the USA is one that kind of makes sense because since we've done that, it's like we get inquiries every single day from US customers.
How do you fulfill that?
So yeah, it's just we've got a partner out there, Brian, who's a family friend who came to Jake Paul's house with us. Right. He's dead keen to do it. It's just working out the logistics of it now. We had a potential logistics partner. Who's moving very slowly. So yeah, it's just working out the logistics, but that makes sense because the inquiries, I think we've got about 500 inquiries saved, ready to price when we're ready to go there.
Wow.
And then we do a bit out to Europe. We got a partner in Germany who sells a bit there. But there's so much going on in the UK. It's kind of like focus here for now and keep growing.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to sort of get your pyramid, as we call it, get those foundations down first before you start stretching yourself too thin.
Yeah, because it's only recently we started sort of implementing a proper sales process within the last year. Before it was like just buried in quotes, sending them out. Whereas now we've got 2 new sales guys who are following a process and following up and just trying to systemize everything.
And on the reverse of the other question, what has been the highest moment? What would you say has been like the one thing where you just that is it?
I would probably say probably Jake Paul's garage, to be fair, because doing that is just as a brand.
And knowing that moment, they said, yes, come on down.
Yeah, and again, he approached us on Instagram, and it was just the branding move from that play. It's like everyone know when we're out at events, everyone knows us from doing Jake Paul's garage. So it's sort of put us at another level as far as social media is concerned. But again, we're very bad at looking at those high moments. It's like we'll complete his garage and we'll come back and say, right, who's next, rather than sort of.
Yeah. You're getting into it.
Yeah.
And what was school like for you? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, no, I didn't really enjoy school. I was, I always just wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah.
I went to a good school.
Yeah.
Got fairly good grades. But yeah, just left school knowing I wanted to do my own thing.
And didn't even think of the university thing or anything?
No, so I did go to sixth form, which was a waste of time because I didn't do great there. I wasn't focused.
I thought people just smoked in sixth form. Just do a lot of smoking going on. Yeah,
no, I didn't. I went there because I didn't know what to do, and while I was there, found an apprenticeship with Mercedes. So when I left there, went straight into Mercedes.
So, Harry, when you're saying you got into Mercedes, what were you doing for Mercedes?
So I did a parts apprenticeship. So I was in the parts department.
That must have been very boring.
Yeah, to be fair, it was boring. And when I was there, I was there for about 6 years.
Right.
So a nice company car and nice place to work. But I always knew I wanted to do my own thing. So.
And how did you get yourself out of there?
So I started up while I was there. I started selling my dad's cutting tool, the gyro cut, which we touched on.
Okay. Yeah.
Started selling that on eBay. So my dad basically took on that business and said, I want to sell it online. So he gave eBay to me and Amazon to my brother. Right. So he said, right, see what you can do with it on eBay.
No competition then.
And my phone just, obviously when you sell something, it goes ka-ching. You'd wake up in the morning and it's like, I've sold a couple of things, and I almost got addicted to that. So it's like, what else can I sell on eBay? And at one point I built it up to 1,400 eBay listings. Okay. All brand new stuff that was like rolling stock. So got that to a level where it was paying my mortgage and all of our costs, and then I always knew that wasn't scalable, that I was in eBay's hands and I wanted to build a brand. But that got me to the point where it was like, right, I can walk out Mercedes now and not worry about paying anything and build a business on the side.
But eBay, is eBay still on now? Is it still a big
No, do you know what? So I ended up, everything that I was importing to sell on eBay, I was then selling to my brother at a very small margin, and he was selling it on Amazon. Wow. And my eBay was 4 or 5 times bigger than his Amazon. And over the years, it's just sort of gone the opposite way. And I'm the same. I used to buy everything off eBay. Now I buy everything off Amazon.
I'm a marketplace.
Facebook.
Facebook marketplace. I just love that. I go on there, want me e-bike. £2,800, 600 quid.
Yeah, to be fair, for the unit, we bought a lot of stuff on marketplace. Yeah. But so it kind of eBay declined. We've obviously, it wasn't worth us spending much time on it because of garage style growing. So we've sort of let that decline. It still runs now. My brother does all the fulfillment for it. But it got to a point I was at Mercedes. Every lunch I was packaging stuff up. Right. Every lunchtime I was off to the post office posting the stuff off. So it kind of got to the stage where it was too much, and I was coming home from work packaging stuff up all evening. But luckily it kind of made it no risk to leave that job because I knew I was covered with all my costs.
Covered it with the income from the other job.
Yeah.
And are you going to branch out with other things? Is there other things that you've seen that you want to get into?
We're always looking. So nothing in particular. We do, as we touched on in the pre-chat, we do wood flooring. So we've got a separate company called Flooring Your Home.
And what is that, like the laminate floor?
Yeah, so LVT and real wood. So we do some real nice bespoke wood flooring, engineered wood flooring as well. So I've got a business partner in that company, and that's doing really well. So we're building that up as well. But always looking at new ideas and trying to rein it in a little bit and try and keep it as focused as we can. But always on the eye out for new products.
I'll take my hat off to you because there's a lot of, you've got a lot going on with all those different businesses and your wife's business as well. But, I think we do get addicted to, making those models work and making that product sell at that price point. How have you done with, with all the taxes that we've had? Have you put the product up?
So we haven't done a price increase for a couple of years now. We have increased our installation charge. Okay. So we've kind of increased the price there, but we are looking to
and are you nervous of that?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Where we've done it in the past, it's always nerve-wracking. But normally we find when we make an increase, we don't really notice the difference after in drop-off. Right. It's normally a one-time purchase, so I don't think it hurt us as much as it does for repeat businesses.
Because we worry here, even with the wedding venue. Now, can we do that? Can we do that increase? And sometimes it's just scary that you've got that funnel working, and will it just dish the funnel, and then you've got to go backwards on yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely scary, and don't want to. But it's one of those things. Otherwise, you just erode the margin. You know? So it's like it's kind of, we're at the stage now where we do need to.
But I mean, the margin is being eroded with what we're having to pay on these taxes. I mean, it is just ridiculous. We're getting turnover taxes against we've not even made a profit. You know, it's just crazy.
It's painful. Every month that PAYE tax comes around.
Reading, listening, what are you doing? I mean, are you doing that regularly?
I do try to read. I haven't recently since the unit's taken over our life. But I do. I have a stack of books on my bedside table, and I do try and read as much as I can. One that I've read recently, The Gap and the Gain, which was good because it's very relevant, because we're always trying to do more and more rather than sort of see where we've been. But I listen to a lot more stuff. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. Whenever I'm driving, I put
podcasts. I'm listening to more podcasts. Well, about the same of each. I like the books. The book, Stephen Bartlett's new book, really good book. You know, worth a listen. So people go towards that. Great, but I've listened to it 3 times. I'm a bit of a nerd on that. I do like to listen to them over and over again. I think there's more in there. On the second and third read. Yeah,
we just did his floor, Stephen Bartlett. So I'll have to grab that and have a read.
He's doing very well, and he's taken over that space, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's up there right with Joe Rogan's and everything.
Yeah, I think he was saying the other day, I watched him speak, and I think he said he's got 40 full-time employees on the podcast. Yeah,
just building it. I mean, he's done it very well. When you were building the unit, I bet that was a bit of a learning curve with all that money going out the door and contractors and everything else.
It was project managing that. It's like it's weird in the unit now, just being able to walk downstairs and make a coffee and walk back upstairs. Before, it was always someone asking a question and
what colour this, what
and it was a quick process. The unit needed so much work, but we just had teams in there every day, and they turned it around really quickly.
Where's the unit? Where are you?
So Welling Garden City. Nice location. Only about 15 minutes from where our other unit was, which is finally going back today. We've been waiting for the solicitors to sort that out, the lease on the old unit. Yeah,
and you're out of that now?
Out of that now, yeah. Well, we've assigned the lease to someone else. Right.
Big money for you? You saving big money there?
It saves us about £3,500 a month.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, isn't it?
But yeah, we were hoping to get our deposit back, but where it's gone on for so long, we now owe a lot more in rent. So that's been another.
You have to eat the deposit up for
it. That's another stress. But that literally, we're gonna go back and hand the keys over, and that should be done.
Good. Another bit of the world sorted out. If people need their floors doing in anywhere from commercial to gyms to garages, whatever they want to do, look down that microphone and sell your wares, baby.
So best place to look is going to be garagestyleLTD.com. You can see all the colours, the full range, all the garage doors we do, and lighting and other storage cabinets and accessories. Or check us out on social media, which is at garagestyleLTD on all platforms, and you can see some of the daily transformations that we post a few times a day.
Listen, I've really enjoyed the conversation because, this is going to be inspiring for others watching in that it's all possible. You can do it. It's just a lot of work, isn't it? It is a lot of work.
Yeah, just the socials is a full-time job for 2 people.
Yeah. So. And I'm learning that, working with Ollie and stuff like that. We have to book out these days for filming, and that's what we do in the week, and that's plugged in, and that's what we do. But I think it pays off. Listen, thank you very much
for
both of you coming down. And I appreciate you giving us the story, and we're going to promote this, and we want you to promote it your end, and that's the whole game, is to get people involved in following the pod, but also looking at what your products are. So it all goes round.
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me down.
Okay, thank you very much. If you've enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit those buttons and bells, and make sure you do the subscribe and give us a comment. Let us know what you think of the pods and how we're getting on and how we're delivering the message of entrepreneurs, the entrepreneurs conversation. And if I'm lucky, I'll see you on the next one.